Okay, so here we are Thursday night at Foxhills, and I'm with the man of the moment, Ryan Villopoto. Welcome to England. When's the last time you was in the country? You've raced here a few times before, a couple of Motocross Des Nations back in 6 and 8.
I think it was, yes, six and eight. I think it was, yeah. So it's been a while. It's been a long time.
I was there at Donington in 2008, and even when you came out to do a sighting lap, I just remember the crowd just going mental that Ryan Villopoto was here in the UK, and now you're back. Are you excited to be here?
Yeah, it's so far the trip's been a lot of fun. Got to break in the bikes today and just feel them out, ride them. Made a few adjustments when we were riding today, but everything that Wobbs has done to the bike's been really good. So just looking forward to see how many people show up. You know, it's coming to Europe and racing in front of the fans over here. It's way different than the States. The passion for two-wheel motorsports over here is substantially bigger than in the States. So it's always a good time to race in front of the crowd like that's going to show up this weekend.
I don't know in the States if you have guys with like chainsaws running around, look like mud guys on a chainsaw.
No, air horns are pretty much all you get. So you don't get the costumes, you don't get all the chainsaws and the people just going nuts. So it'll be good to race in front of that crowd again.
The man behind the event, but also the man that has built some of the most beautiful bikes here. Wob, first of all, how does it feel actually to be here? When did you announce the event? Back end of last year?
Yeah. November we announced that we decided to do it. We were talking about it for about a month before then. It's a long time coming, and we're over the moon with the reaction, and it seems like everybody's hyped up for the race, and can't beat that, can you? That's all right.
Let's just talk about the bike then. You rode, this is the spare one, you rode what will be your race bike today. Did you have any special requirements that you said to Wob, I definitely need this, or did you let him just build something beautiful for you to ride?
Yeah, so I just, obviously bar bend was really the only thing. I asked him for a light throttle so I don't get arm pump, and that was pretty much it. So I'm, pretty easy when it comes to the things that I, want, I guess. As long as it runs and it's safe, I can ride it, so we're ready to go.
So moving on to the bikes then, you've built a handful of bikes for this year's event. The one we're looking at right now is for a certain Mr. Ryan Villopoto. So just tell us what bikes you have built this year, how many you've built, and then specifically what you've been doing to these Yamahas.
Well, we built 4 Yamahas, 2 for Ryan, 2 for Mike Brown. These were not as easy to build as we thought they'd be. We thought, by going to O2s, they're the same as the new. No, it's really hard to find bits for these. It's really hard to make stuff work, especially for the guys who are going to be riding them.
So it's an O2 Yamaha YZ250. Is it a works bike? What special parts do you have on it? Just tell us a bit of the story about how you've put this bike together.
It's an O2 YZ250. The O2 is the year that we decided for the Nations class. So we bought just normal Facebook Marketplace, eBay shit. It's really nothing special. First thing, suspensions. I've got good connections at Star Racing Yamaha, so we got some Enzo kit suspension. Modified it to fit. If you look at the bottom of the forks, that's actually the Supercross fork foot because the fork pinch spots are further apart. It's a longer axle, stops it tweaking. So we remade those. We've got the Enzo internals and they're basically Enzo kit forks. The shocks are really special. The shocks they've still got Cooper Webb's and I've forgotten the other kids' names. Jeremy Martin's names on them. So we left them on just for old time's sake. So we had to adjust the length on them a little bit, but basically it's good stuff, because you need good stuff for these. Then you go on to the brakes. Brakes were important, so we went for 270 front rotor. That was a real hard thing to find because all the 270 rotors are all wavy. And I don't want a wavy bike on a 20-year-old, a wavy disc. Yeah. So we found them in Italy, Brembo make them. And then motor-wise was easy, straight to Pro Circuit, because both Ryan and Mike have won national championships from Mitch. And the deal is you get anything you want for free forever if you win a national championship. Who knew that? So
then you ship the engines?
Ship the cylinders, power valves, heads, and then we built the motors when the stuff come back. So they're a little bit peaky, so we may be making them a little bit on the rich side just to, if the track gets hard, we're going to need them to be a little bit more docile, so we're going to try and slow them down a little bit.
In terms of riding and prep for the event, have you done much? Have you ridden many two-strokes in preparation for this? When was the last time you rode? When's the last time you raced?
I rode last weekend about 5 laps in a little local race, but other than that, it's been 4 to 5 months since I've really rode. And a two-stroke, it's been a 125 is the last time I rode a two-stroke, and that was the 125 Dream Race stuff. So it's been a while.
So you've never ridden, or have you ridden a YZ250?
I've rode a aluminum frame YZ250, but never a steel frame. So You know, luckily the bikes are pretty similar. I think the steel frame's a little more forgiving than the aluminum. So, like I said, when we jumped on it today, it felt, you know, pretty comfortable at home. Like I said, just made a few little adjustments, and that was pretty much it.
You'll be pleased to know we actually filmed the video last week where we put a steel frame YZ250 up against an aluminium frame YZ250, and the steel frame was quicker around a hard pack track like this.
Okay, yeah, so I mean, definitely we rode a hard pack track today, and it's definitely, like I said, more forgiving. You know, I think the updated motor things that they've done to new bikes are, you know, a bit better than a 2002, but Mitch did the cylinders on these and did the work, so they're fast, they're good, they run well. So I think it's probably one of the better bikes out here. Pretty modern.
You've obviously worked with Mike Brown a few times before at this event. Is it the first time you've worked with Ryan? And you might maybe cross paths with him when you was like at Smith and he was a little kid. Did he have any specific requirements for the bikes? Anything that you was surprised that he asked for?
No, Ryan's easy. I dealt with Ryan from when he was 85 right to when he went to pro circuit at Smith. We used to go to barbecues with the family. I mean, Ryan's a good kid. And it broke my heart a little bit to watch Ryan's professional career. When he went pro circuit, you could see the life kind of draining out of him. He was over it. He was burnt out, and especially at factory Kawasaki. I thought when he's done it, you never see him again. Yeah. But to have him come back and be into it like he is and be like the kid who we all know is great to see. But Ryan's not hard. They tell me what bar bend they want, so Renth will send us those. They tell us what weight they are, so we spring the rear for the right weight, and we go 2 weights heavier on the front because they like a stiff front end. So if you bounce on the bike, it don't bounce evenly, but they're on the front so much, that's what they like. And then Ryan wanted a slightly taller seat, believe it or not, because he wants it flatter here. But then Mike asked us for a lower subframe because he wants to be on the gas down the hills. So we fitted a steering damper, so when they're on the gas, it doesn't get a bit jittery. So there's a fair bit goes into them, and this is the first time they've ridden them. But when they come out the gate, they say, we want this, 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 and this. And the tank's a little bit lower as well. Last
question then. I know it's a fun race. We're all riding 2 strokes here to have fun, but when the gates drop it, some people do take it seriously. So in terms of competition, who are you looking at? Are you looking at Brown? Are you looking at Zach? Some of the English guys, who are you looking at?
I don't know, you know, a bunch of the different teams, but as for, you know, our team with Brownie and Zach, you know, I've talked to Brownie today about it. Like, our egos are about this big, so if we can go out and win as a team, if I can run around in 4th or 5th or 3rd, whatever it is, like, I'm totally happy with that. Get on the plane, walk in, and you know, just have a good time. That's why I'm here. Is to come out, and like I talked to Wobbs about that a bit, is, you know, if it gets really serious in the racing stuff, I've already dealt with that. I've already done that. You know, I don't, you know, sure, that stuff's fun and all, but where I'm at my stage in life, I just want to, you know, have fun while racing my dirt bike and not have the pressure and it being so serious. But yeah, anytime you line up behind the gate, obviously the race face goes on, but, you know, you have to live inside that box. I don't ride a lot anymore. I can still go pretty fast, but obviously for a very short distance, you know, so you know, I'll live inside my box, and I'm not going to push that limit too hard. Like I said, I've raced enough, won enough, and I just want to, you know, do well for the team.
Yeah, I don't know what your deal with Wobbs and Dave is, but I don't think there's $1 million on the line at the Monster Cup, is there? So it's all that fun and smiles this weekend. Ryan, I can't wait to see you hit the track, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers. Okay, so if you want to watch Ryan Villopoto shred this absolutely stunning YZ250 around Foxhill Motor Park, make sure you subscribe to our channel 999 Laser, because we'll be here all weekend catching the action of Ryan, of Mike, of Zach Osborne, Nevster 272, all the riders. We're here all weekend to capture the action. It's going to be a good one.